What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Detroit Lions video. Now, the Detroit Lions, as I mentioned yesterday, had a very eventful weekend. They are trading Matt Stafford, they hired an offensive coordinator, and of course, the topic of this video, they made big moves in the front office to set this team up for a very bright future for the franchise. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you've been living under a rock and if you've been avoiding Twitter and social media for the past couple of days, you will not know that the Detroit Lions have hired John Dorsey and Ray Agnew as personnel in their front office. John Dorsey taking a role as a personnel executive and Ray Agnew taking a position as the assistant general manager to our new man, Brad Holmes. Now, before we get into talking about John Dorsey and Ray Agnew as the new front office faces, if you are new to the channel and are enjoying this Detroit Lions content, please consider liking the videos and subscribing to the channel. It takes just 2 seconds out of your day to do so. It helps the channel out tremendously. It helps the channel out more than you could know. I'd be super appreciative for it. It's free, it's quick, it's easy. So if you could take 2 seconds to like it and subscribe, I'd be super appreciative for it. But with all that being said, and without any further ado, let's get into talking about John Dorsey and Ray Agnew joining the Lions front office and what this means for the Lions' future. Now, starting off with John Dorsey, as I mentioned prior, John Dorsey is taking a position with the Detroit Lions as a senior personnel executive, basically acting as a secondary GM. As I was told, he's going to be very involved with trades, very involved with contracts, very involved with drafting, and he is basically going to help Brad Holmes develop into a really tenured and very experienced general manager. Obviously, Brad Holmes is a new general manager. He's young, he's inexperienced when it comes to this general manager game that they play. So the Lions went out and they hired John Dorsey to be effectively a secondary GM for the Detroit Lions and help make some decisions while Brad Holmes get up to speed and while Brad Holmes gains the experience that he will be gaining as the Lions general manager. John Dorsey was a longtime general manager in the NFL as he worked with the Kansas City Chiefs as their general manager from 2013 to 2016 and then went on to the Cleveland Browns to act as their general manager from 2017 to 2019. Now, John Dorsey is a very good talent evaluator in the NFL, and he is responsible for some of the biggest names the NFL has to offer right now. These guys include Eric Fisher, Travis Kelce, Dee Ford, Marcus Peters, Chris Conley, Chris Jones, Tyreek Hill, Myles Garrett, Jabril Peppers, David Njoku, Larry Ogunjobi, Baker Mayfield, Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb, Antonio Callaway, Greedy Williams, Mac Wilson, and Odell Beckham Jr., along with many more names, many more highlights, many more players that have joined the Browns organization. Every player from 2013 to 2016 on Kansas City, everybody that joined the team in that era and joined the team in time frame was a part of John Dorsey's plan, and everybody that joined the Browns and everybody that was brought onto the Browns squad from 2017 to 2019 was also the work of John Dorsey. I mean, he drafted arguably 2 of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He drafted a top 15, borderline top 10 player in Baker Mayfield, questionably, arguably the best edge rusher in the NFL in Myles Garrett, arguably the best tight end in the NFL in Travis Kelce, a top defensive tackle in Chris Jones, obviously Tyreek Hill and OBJ are on there as well. I mean, he drafted and made some good trades in Kansas City, but he also did a phenomenal job in Cleveland, and he is really responsible for the way Cleveland looks right now. Obviously, this past draft was not on him, but everything before that from 2017 to 2019 was John Dorsey. The Odell Beckham trade, drafting Myles Garrett, drafting the franchise quarterback in Baker Mayfield, drafting Greedy Williams and Nick Chubb and Denzel Ward and David Njoku. All of those guys were on John Dorsey. He's a fantastic talent evaluator, and he will be a huge acquisition for this Lions team during the offseason and early in the offseason process. The Lions were talking about potentially bringing him in to be the general manager of the Detroit Lions. Obviously, they decided to go a different direction with that, but now we're still bringing in that same guy, that same talent evaluator. Obviously, we did not end up signing him as the general manager. However, we do end up still bringing in John Dorsey to be, as I said, a senior personnel executive, a guy that will act basically as a secondary GM to Brad Holmes. So we're still getting John Dorsey, but we're also getting Brad Holmes in the same deal. So it's almost like we're getting two GMs for the price of one. And John Dorsey, as I said, is a huge acquisition for the Detroit Lions. However, he was not the only acquisition for the Detroit Lions to happen on Sunday. And right as we wrapped up our live stream on Sunday, right as I got off and right as I was signing off, as after the 2 hour long live stream with all of you guys, which again, fantastic turnout. I love seeing you guys participate. I love seeing you guys there on the live stream. But right after that live stream wrapped up, the Lions made another announcement, the fourth announcement of the weekend, the fourth big time announcement of the weekend, and that is that they are going to hire the Los Angeles Rams director of player personnel, Ray Agnew, to be the assistant general manager for Brad Holmes. Now, you might say, okay, well, what did Ray Agnew do? A lot of people are very high on Ray Agnew. A lot of people really like him, but why is that the case? Well, obviously, as I said, he was the director of player personnel in Los Angeles, which means he was really in charge of everything. The GM made the calls. The GM was there, doing all that. But if you look at personnel on the team, Ray Agnew was really the guy behind all of it in Los Angeles, which means he was responsible for guys like Gerald Everett being drafted, Cooper Kupp, John Johnson, Josh Reynolds, Sam Ebukam, Taylor Rapp, Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers, Van Jefferson, Jalen Ramsey, Kendall Fuller, and many more names on that list. He is really responsible for what the Rams look like right now. From 2017 to 2020, every single acquisition, every draft pick, every signing, every trade went through this man. He okayed it. He assured it. He made sure the personnel was good. He put the Rams in the situation they are in right now. So obviously very good at identifying player personnel, very good at identifying talent, very good and obviously very willing to pull the trigger if he believes the trade is right. Both of these guys have pulled off major trades in the past couple of years. Both of these guys are very willing to do what it takes to get the best players on their team. Neither of these guys are afraid to make a power move. Neither of these guys are afraid to do what needs to be done to get the Lions and get their franchise and their organization to the best possible spot that they can be in. This is a major hire for the Detroit Lions. These are major hires for the Detroit Lions. Not to mention, they're bringing back their offensive line coach who was very good last season. This team has an incredibly bright future, and I cannot stop smiling and I cannot stop thinking about it and laughing about it because this is incredible. When it was the last time we've seen the Lions truly commit to a team like this? When was the last time you guys have really seen the Lions have this much hype and this much excitement around their front office? They, in this past offseason, hired Brad Holmes, arguably one of the best talent evaluators in the NFL. Dan Campbell, probably the most football guy of all football guys and one of the guys with the most fire and passion that you're going to find in the NFL. They hired Anthony Lynn, who, as we talked about yesterday, is a very good offensive coordinator hire. They hired Aaron Glenn, who is very good at developing defensive backs and very good at developing especially cornerbacks, but safeties as well. And that's where a lot of the Lions' capital has gone the past couple of years. Now they're hiring John Dorsey and Ray Agnew to join that front office. And again, they also hired Chris Spielman to be the football mind of Rod Wood. This front office is incredible. This front office is one of the most stacked front offices I've seen in a very long time. And it is by far the best front office this Detroit Lions team has had in an incredibly long time, if ever. So this is big news for the Lions. This is very exciting for the Detroit Lions. The future of the Detroit Lions went from incredibly bleak to incredibly bright in just the course of 2 days. Obviously, the Stafford news sucks. Obviously, Stafford's one of my favorite players. Arguably, well, I would say Stafford is my favorite player in the NFL right now. He's my quarterback. He was my quarterback. Not anymore, but this news is incredible for the Detroit Lions. You know the craziest part? This is probably one of the most exciting offseasons we've experienced in a long time in Detroit, and we haven't even got to re-signings or free agency or the draft yet. This offseason is only going to continue to go bigger and better. This offseason is only going to continue to improve this Lions team. The Lions are by far a better franchise already in the offseason, and they haven't even made any moves. They haven't re-signed anybody. They haven't gone through free agency, and they haven't gone through the draft. They don't even have all their positional coaches signed yet. This offseason has been incredible. It has been incredible for the Detroit Lions, and it's only going to get better from here. Things are only going to look up for the Detroit Lions. And as I said, this team and this organization went from looking incredibly bleak on Friday afternoon to incredibly bright and having a very high potential in just 48 hours. Now, with all that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Again, I wanted to go over these two hires because these are incredible hires, and these are very big, impactful hires for the Detroit Lions that I and many Lions fans are extremely excited about. Now, with all that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching the video. Thank you all so very much for coming out and watching. Thank you all so very much for tuning into the video. Let me know what you guys think about the new hires down in the comments below. With all that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you all tomorrow with more Lions content. Thank you all so much for watching again. Bye, guys.